Okay, got you, Kevin and Mike, to be 6:10 p.m. Anybody else?
November 6th, Alpha Foxtrot. Do you copy me?
Yes, sir. Just a little bit slow waiting. Anybody else? Okay, guess we got just a few right now. So let's go ahead, Kevin, say a couple of words, turn it over to FDM, Mike turn it over to Chuck, Chuck turn it back to me. So take away, Kevin.
Okay. Yeah, so we got two activities going on, and we got the AMI barbecue over at George's down by your neck of the woods. Are you going to be over there, Wayne, tomorrow for the AMI barbecue? And then up in Minden, Nevada, we have the swamp meet up there at Brad's QTH. I've been up there. It's very, very nice. They usually have a pretty good turnout. I just don't like the hotels in the area. So, yeah, I'd have to go further out. They got a nice lodge on the way up there, but it's still, you're talking at least an hour drive. So it's not conducive to hanging out at flea markets. Unless you stay at these, they got these hotels. They're kind of flea bag hotels. I stayed in one with my son-in-law. We didn't like it at all. So yeah. Well, anyway, we're heading down to San Ynez tomorrow early in the morning. I'll probably roll in there about 10 o'clock, 10:30, something like that. And looking forward to seeing George and the others down there. So that's it. That's my few words. Do I turn it back to you, or did you say to turn it to someone else? I don't remember. WA6JKN.
Yeah, I was going to turn over to Mike, but I'll go ahead and see if there's anybody else waiting to check into Friday night next week.
WJ630.
Okay, got you, Dave. Anybody else? All right, well, yeah, Kevin, I know it's barbecue tomorrow at George's, so I won't make it. I haven't actually been there in a couple of years. Always had a pretty good time, but kind of got out of AM a couple of years back. It got to be the EMI that just got to take too long, and my granddaughter was in sports, et cetera, so it was just too much trying to do in the middle of the week. And these last couple of years, had some health issues. I'm doing okay, but don't really have a lot of energy to go hang out up at the AMI. But I'm sure you'll have fun. And George has quite a place up there. It's quite a workshop, if I remember correctly. It's got a radio room, model trains, a wood shop, etc. Okay, let's see. Anybody else waiting to check in? Please come out. BBC Coach again. Okay, Mike, you're ready to 6 p.m. Say a couple words, turn over to Chuck, and Chuck, go ahead and turn it back to me. So, take away, Mike, you're ready to 6 p.m.
Thank you, KB6OKJ, W6MBM. We're here, and we're at the ranch. We're moving here, trying to get all this stuff moved over here. I'm on the 1959 S1 line with an old Vietnam War 3001 on a G5 RV, so lots of 160 meter G5 RV, lots of wire in the sky. I'm hearing everybody really great. And I was talking to Chuck earlier, and sorry I'm not going to make any of the swap mitts. AMI sounds like a great group. I do some AM. I've got I got 3 AM transmitters, one of which is working. I got a Johnson Ranger, which I pair up with my 75A4 here to do a bit of AM, and I have a 32V3 and a DX100, so I'll try and get those on. Mostly I like CW with them though. I operate a lot of CW, and you can often find me on 40 meters in the evening. So back to you, Chuck, in 6AF, W6MVM.
All right, very good. November 6 Alpha Fox. And I'm sorry, I'm a little slow tonight, Wayne. I'm not sure if you recognized I think it was WJ6W, but who would I guess follow me, but you asked me to pass it back to you, so that's what I will do. So in order to be legitimate on the Collins net, I'm going to reach over here, and this tapping, that's my 1963 KWM2, but I got to be an honest ham, and it's here physically. It's occupying space. It has consumed money and electricity, but tonight it's just sitting here relaxing. I've had another vintage radio set up earlier, and that's the one that's all set up to the antenna and the tuner and all that. It's about a 1976 Atlas 210X, and it's running through a little homebrew solid-state amp. I'm running about 300 out of the amp and about 20 watts in. I've got the output of the Atlas padded down. So anyway, that's the story. My wife and I just got back a few minutes ago from a restaurant called Barbara's Fish Trap in the Half Moon Bay area, and it was absolutely delicious. We love their mixed tempura. So back to you, KEB60QJ from N6AF.
Okay, thanks, Chuck. Yeah, and I did catch Dave, but I just wanted to keep the sessions a little short so you can check for more check-ins. You know, band conditions aren't too bad tonight. A little noisy, but at least the signals are all readable. So this is KB60QJ, net control for the Friday night Collins net. Is there anybody else waiting to check into the net? Please come out. Well, it's short list so far. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead and take it, and then turn it back to me.
Okay, Wayne. Thank you. KB60QJ with the Collins guys. Yeah, well, I guess it's a short list. I just tuned in moments ago here. I heard Kevin in there and a couple others. But I understand you're not going to the barbecue tomorrow. I'm not either. I'm kind of a conflict I have to deal with, so won't be up there either. So neither of us will see any of the guys there. But I hope it's a good time and good turnout there. And let's see, beautiful day down here in Tarzana, warming up a little bit. Having some sunshine in the afternoon, so we enjoy the outside some today. All right, back to you, Wayne. KB60QJ, WJ6W.
Okay, Dave, good signal up here tonight. Yeah, you know, I always had fun going over to AMI barbecue. Just, last few years, just haven't been up for it. But definitely did see Norm, was there some last fall, barbecue, if I'm not mistaken. Anyhow, this is KB60QJ. Anybody else with us check into the Friday night Collins net? Please come out. Well, it is a short list so far, but let's go ahead and get this started a few minutes early. This is KB6. Quebec, my name is Wayne. In Rancho, California, and I'll be your next control station today. Welcome to the regular Friday evening West Coast edition of the Collins Merchant Association, Collins Net. We meet here every Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 0200 UTC Saturday, to exchange information on Collins radio-related topics. We welcome questions, comments on the restoration and operation of Collins amateur, military, and commercial dealerships. We don't have any running Collins equipment to join us. Anyone who wants to use Collins is welcome to check in. The purpose of the CCA is to promote the preservation and restoration and use of Collins amateur radio equipment and to preserve the history of Royal Collins Radio. In addition, we provide technical and information outside for Collins radio information. is licensed by Rockwell College to deliver local manuals and printed materials. For more information about the College Collectors Association, its forums, activities, and services, and how to become a member, please visit our website at www.collegeradio.org. That's College Radio, one word, .org. Please help our efforts by joining the College Collectors Association. Grand sponsor, next Renaissance Zone. We have a weekly Zoom session during the send an email to wiki6.4back@hrl.net if you'd like to join in. Make sure that you are certified. Okay, is there anybody else we need to kick into a Friday night college tonight? Please come out.
Kilo Whiskey 1, November Golf.
Okay, KW1 November Golf, and what's the name?
Edward Ken, Kilo Echo November.
Okay, got you, Ken. Anybody else? Okay, well, let's go ahead and just nothing much going on here. We kind of had a real nice day today. It was low, relatively low humidity and mid-70s temperature, so kind of nice change. It's been pretty, semi-cloudy overcast here for the last few days, so that was a nice change today. Not a whole lot going on radio-wise. I do have one project I want to start. My 32S3 is got no plate current, so it's not the power supply. That's much of another problem with this update that doesn't change anything. So I've got to get in there and hopefully it's just a tube, but I don't think my tester has 61. I think he has 6146, and I don't know if I have a tester that will do those. So well. Anyhow, not much else going on at the moment, so we'll keep it moving. So turn it over to you, Kevin, WA68KN. Turn it over to Mike, WA6MDM. Mike, turn it over to Chuck at 6AF. And Chuck, go ahead and turn it back to me. So take away Kevin, WA68KN. 86, okay.
Okay, Wayne, good signal tonight. And hello to everybody that checked in. I was really surprised, Dave. Your signal's way down, so, propagation.
Yeah, of course, we're starting at 7. That's probably what it is. I've noticed that's the trend this season. Signals from the south are way down, so you're probably not even copying me too well. But the folks from San Ynez and north seem to be doing pretty darn good. Now, I don't, the one station there, what was it? I'm not sure I got the call correct. KW1NG, or was that KW6NG? I don't know what it was. But anyway, you had a great signal too. So we'll see how that, see how it holds up. I'm pretty sure all signals will go, will improve as we get to the top of the hour, the next hour, 8 o'clock. Well, anyway, the only thing I have to report is I had a great time with 6 meters. Several days ago, there was quite the opening, at least a couple of hops, and with the sporadic E, and working station, it lasted for about 4 hours. That's what surprised me. I thought it was going to be like 15, 20 minutes. And then after the first hour, the second hour, the third hour, then going towards the fourth hour started to fade out, So anyway, it was like a 10-meter opening, stations all over the U.S. It was fabulous. I worked stations back east, Midwest, up north in the state of Washington, down south into outside of Yuma, Arizona, Texas, Idaho. Who else was in there? Illinois. Worked, and this was on single sideband. Now, I did flip it over during lunchtime when I was wasn't going to be near the radio, so I said, okay, well, let's fire up that FT8. So I fired up FT8, and man, oh man, my logbook was full, 3 pages.
And that was just in time that, just during the time I was having lunch. And then I came back and I went back to the voice frequencies there. So that was the big news for me. Was I've never experienced anything like that on 6 meters. I've never had the equipment, but now I do, and with an amplifier. But the amplifier wasn't really necessary. I was working stations running as low as 5 watts, running just a small vertical. One guy said, yeah, his vertical was like 10 feet off the ground or something like that. And there was another guy running an inverted V or some sorts like that. And everybody was running right around 100 watts. There was one guy I talked to that was running 1,500 watts. I was running about a gallon, except for on FT8. Brought it down to around 100 watts or something like that, because I had one guy, he said my signal was so strong, I was 20 over or something like that, plus 20 on his FT8. He said, you're running too much power. So I brought it back down to 100 watts or something like that. Oh, well, my bad. Okay, let's keep it moving. Over to you, Mike, and let's see if I got your call correct. W6MVM, my apologies if I don't. This is Kevin in Gilroy, the garlic capital of the world. Over to you, sir. WA6JKN.
W6JKN, W6MVM. Good to hear you. Boy, you're booming in here. 20 over, Kevin. Really nice signal into Sonora, East Sonora. Almost to Twainhart. We're here at Marianne's Ranch. Usually I'm in Soulsbyville with the KWM 380 and a big amp. But I'm here with the 1959 S1 line and a Beta Pole Vietnam War 3001. Anyway, and they're working good. Good to hear everybody tonight. Yeah, wow. I heard about the 6 meter opening and I got there too late. I just got there too late. I ran up there to the CW area and nothing. Anyway, I'm sorry I missed that. I really wanted to work some 6 meter CW. But anyway, I have worked some 10 and 17 meter CW. I kept bumping into a guy there who was in Allen, Texas. I just happened to, that Sunday, get on the air on 20 meter CW and call a guy who happened to be at Allen, and he was going to go to the shopping center that morning, and his wife and he decided to go to a theater to look at a movie instead. And so he missed the mess. Anyway, but it was freaky to talk to somebody that day when that happened. Anyway, other things, good stuff going on here. We're trying to move from, we're going to shut down Soulsbyville and sell it and move here to the ranch in Sonora permanently. I hope to move my KWS 1s and 7584s over here to go along with the S line. I got this S line. I have an S3 line here, which I use on CW, and also have a Flex, which I really love for CW. If anybody's a real CW operator, it's hard to beat a Flex 6000 series, any one of them. But the KWM, the S3 line is really good. And I also have done a lot of CW with the 7584 KWS1. It really works nicely, except you gotta, no break-in. You gotta turn the big knob to go back and forth. But I still enjoy operating it on CW. Anyway, and I will be around on 40 meters. I run a net on 7.053 at 8:30 every Thursday night for mainly people who don't operate really well, and novices. We are totally tolerant. Anybody want to check in, please do. If you just want to in and out, send your call sign in to 73. We'd be really glad to hear from you. 7.053, 8:30 Thursday Pacific time. Thursday nights. Please join us. Anyway, let me pass it on to Chuck, N6AF, W6MVM.
All right, thanks, Mike. And good evening to everybody that I haven't said good evening to yet, and good evening a second time to everybody I did. November 6 Alpha Fox, Emerald Hills, Redwood City. And I will again, I'm embarrassingly honest. I'm not on the Collins tonight, but it's right next to me. Here it is. That is the beautiful KWM2 1963 that Wayne actually gave me a couple of tips on when I was fixing it up after purchasing it and redoing the bit of the PTO there. And I had this other radio setup that I've been fussing with a bit earlier this week. This is an Atlas 210X, circa 1976, and running it through a little homebrew amp. So about 300 watts to the off-center fed dipole. And I'm pretty relaxed. My wife and I just went to an early dinner over in Half Moon Bay. And kind of bizarre, you know how these things happen sometimes. There's a little warehouse where you can pick stuff up. They don't even charge you tax. It's sort of like, I think the owner buys excess stuff from Costco or something. So we stopped by there, and I thought I was going to get out of there for about $6 for a couple pairs of sunglasses. Maybe 10 minutes later, was loading a recliner easy chair, all leather, electric, into the back of the SUV, and already got it installed upstairs, and got it for a great deal. And it's real leather. It smells very nice. Honest cattle skin. Anyway, so there we go. Collins radios, Atlas 210X. Cattle skin chairs, you name it. It's just a wild night here in Emerald Hills. So back to you, Wayne. I guess you wanted me to pass it to you. KB60QJ in 6AM.
Okay, thanks, Chuck. Yeah, you know, there's like a little bit of bad noise, but all the signals were S9 and easy copy. So far, pretty decent evening. And, yeah, Kevin, she has, you know, well, yeah, I missed it, you know, 6 meters. I've been trying to just, when I'm tired, play around with FT8 on 6 meters, but really, for me, it's been really down. I hardly hear any signals at all. And I was going to wonder if my antenna my antenna system, but SWR-wise, it seems to be okay. So I don't know if it's the band or something else going on, but I'm not up for climbing up the towers to check it out right now. But interesting. So let's see. Oh, by the way, Kev, I think you might have gone down just a few cycles. You know, just a tad low last time. Perfect. Good copy, so it was just, you told your voice was a little different. Okay, is there anybody else waiting to check into the Friday Night Concept? Please come now. I heard something back there, Bud. It's QRM. Anybody copy? Nope. Okay, so Dave, WJ6W. Go ahead and take it, turn it over to Ken, KW, Kilo Whiskey 1, November Golf, and Ken, turn it back to me. So take it away, Dave.
Okay, thank you, Wayne. Dave here, running KWM2 today and 30L1, as usual for the Collins Net and most others. And let's see, not too much to talk about ham radio wise. Don't follow 6 meters. I guess I tried once, but during the last cycle, but really didn't have much luck and had kind of lost interest in it. So anyway, it's good you made some great contacts there, Kevin. And let's see. I guess the only thing I've done ham radio wise is I got a remote control program for my ICOM IC7610, and it only runs on Apple equipment, which I didn't have any. I didn't have an iPad or anything. So I took a chance and I bought one, an old one off of eBay. It's a first generation iPad Pro, and it could be updated to the current operating system, and I tried it, and doggone it works, and the darn thing is in such good shape, I couldn't believe it, for $150. You know, these iPads are fairly expensive, new, but for $150 I got one that works really well, and has no defects except one little dent in the back, so anyway, I can operate my 7610 remotely now. I haven't tried it over the internet, but I operate it around the house. Not Collins, but I guess that's the extent of my ham radio excitement right now. So I'll send it over to KW1NG, I believe it is. I know I've talked to you before. I'm just missing the right call, I think. Anyway, go ahead. This is WJ6W.
WJ6W, KW1NG. Very good, Dave. Thank you. Yeah, I think we've chatted before. This is Ken. I'm in Alpine, which is about 30 miles east of San Diego, something like that, at about 1,800 feet. Running at 75 at 3C, 32 at 3. 30L1, which I just recently got on the air, and it's working beautifully. And then I'm feeding a 85-foot long wire through a MFJ 998 tuner, a 9-to-1 balance at the bottom of the wire. That seems to work out quite well. Seems to be a long skip tonight where I'm copying a lot of the four-land guys coming in and kind of covering up some of the lower signal level guys here on the net tonight, so it's a little difficult copy, but Dave, you and Wayne are 20 over, running real nice here. Not too much to report radio-wise. I haven't done much other than I got had a real fortunate incident to get a hold of Bruna from Begali Keys, and when she was at Hamvention, and I ordered a Begali blade, a straight key, and it came, and I was playing with that, and oh man, what a nice key. That is an amazing thing. So, having fun with that, being on CW. Straight key. The other thing to mention is the motorhome getting ready to take a trip, and lo and behold, the inverter goes out. And since it has a residential fridge, that's kind of a problem. So I've ordered another one of those. Boy, are those worth gold. Oh boy. Literally enough gold. So that's been my busyness around here. All right, I guess it comes back to Wayne. And Wayne, can you give me your call slowly and phonetically, please? I have missed it every time now. And turn it back to you. KW1NG, thanks.
Okay, thanks, Ken. It's Kilo Bravo 6, Oscar, Quebec, Juliet. Keep it control, James. And Dave had both your signals last night, maybe a little over S9. And I started just to hit the QRM, but it's not really bothering me. Everybody's signal's coming in just fine. Now, I'm just going to throw a quick question out there. Has anybody got, I haven't been on the air much lately, so is there any status update on how George is doing with his recovery? Over.
I heard something earlier today that he's getting ready to be transferred to a Sharp rehab center to where he can, get some walking and has arm experience, and he's walking very well, and he's got a real positive attitude, and this is supposedly the last stop for 2 weeks of physical therapy to get released to home again. That's what I've heard. KW1NG.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ken. That sounds good, sounds optimistic. And just from dealing with George over the years, yeah, he would have a positive attitude. George's been a very energetic, very positive person. So, and with his support, we wish him well. Okay, is there anybody else waiting to check in the Friday Night College Collectors Association? Please come now. Any help? Is that somebody trying to check in, or was it QRF? Anybody copy? No, well, if you try to check in, couldn't really copy. Try again a little bit. Okay, I guess it's a short list. We'll go through it again, and then we'll see if anybody else is waiting to check in. So, Kevin, go ahead and take it. Turn it over to Mike, W6MDM. Mike, turn it over to Chuck, N6AF, and Chuck, go ahead and turn it back to me. So, take it away, Kevin.
Okay, Wayne, beautiful signal. Matter of fact, everybody's signals come up. And, yeah, good report on George there. He is getting movement in his leg, his left leg, and he's getting more movement in his arm, left arm there. So, yeah, I heard about the transfer, and I'm not surprised about George being so positive. Looks like all our prayers are being answered there, by golly. Yeah, he's working really hard to try to get back as much as he can. So, yeah, keep the prayers coming. All right, let's see. Fine business, Dave, on your, I heard you mention it on earlier in the week, or last week, was it? I don't remember. You picked up an iPad, and you're running your ICOM 7610 remotely that way. And so very good. Yeah, very good. It's a lot of fun. There's a couple of things you're going to learn along the way, that's for sure, once you get on the air. One of the most important things is you gotta figure out how to cycle your power supply going to your 7610, because that's about the only way ICOM allows you to reset the 7610 when it loses internet connection. And it does happen. Not too often, but it does happen. So what I do is I just have a Wi-Fi switch to the power supply, and if I don't get, if I lose connection because of whatever, all I have to do is cycle the power supply, feeding the 7610, and it redoes its handshake, and it's back online. I mean, real fast. So anyway, yeah, I have a lot of Wi-Fi switches here. I have a 240 volt, 40 amp Wi-Fi switch. That's to control, whatever I got going on. It's got high power, like the amplifiers and stuff like that. So that's kind of nice to have. And then I also have pan tilt zoom high definition motion detect see in the dark technology camera. Cameras in the shack, so I can I did in the beginning use it a lot to see what was going on, but you know what? I've got so much confidence in all this stuff, I don't even do it anymore, because the camera sends me a text message when the rigs are on or off, or it hears an alarm or anything like that. It sends me a text message. So I wait for the text message. If there's any problems, it's gonna send me a text message. I don't even worry about it. But it is kind of nice, and it's fun to operate remote control. Okay, sorry, Wayne, that you're not going to be over there at George's. Yeah, I don't really think it's AM because everybody shows up. Sideband operators, AM, the vintage folks. I mean, we all operate all the different modes and stuff like that. So but I understand that you said something about your daughter. I didn't quite understand it completely, but yeah, it's probably something to do with availability to get you over there or something. But I sure would love to see you there, but if not, maybe there'll be a next time there. Hey, what am I talking about? I haven't been there in 5 or 6 years, I think. Yeah, it's been a long time. So I'm going to drive down there with my daughter, Ashley. She hasn't been down there in a long time either, and she drove out here from Texas to take care of some business. Her and her husband, they own this aerospace business in Silicon Valley. So there were some things that they were doing there, and they also have a lot of commercial property that they lease out or rent out. I mean, these are huge facilities. They check on how they're doing. The companies that rented those out from them. So yeah, from what I understand, all is good. All is good. It's kind of like a turnkey operation. So they're living in Texas now, and they do come out here from time to time. All right. So Ashley will be with me. She remembers most everybody, and looking forward to talking to Skip and George and others there that she remembers, and so she's coming along and kind of do the road trip together. I'm looking forward to it. All right, let's see, and I'm also bringing down a few things, not much. I'm going to put them. I think most stuff I'm putting it on the free table there for people. All right, let's see. I turned it over to Mike. Mike, fine business on that 6000 Flux series. Oh, that's some great stuff. I mean, that's the way to do it. SDR, all this new technology has me spoiled. And let me explain. Long transmission. I apologize, but the group is small, so we can stretch out our transmissions a little bit, make it interesting. I've been running seamless since December. I don't have to tune anything up or anything. I just turn on the rig, and I have what's called what I refer to as a all mode, all band, super duper senior that runs full legal limit, 1500 watts. And so the problem with that is, and I also operate remote. The problem is you get spoiled. If you don't have to tune anything, everything's touchscreen. I went back to my secondary ham shack where I got an ICOM that you don't have to do anything with, just turn it on and turn the VFO knob. But the amplifier was a Sun Air. It's a fully automatic amplifier. And but what I forgot to do when I hit the tune button to automatically tune up, I forgot to move the band switch, and it came up with a fault. And I'm going, what's going on? I haven't had a problem with this thing. And then it finally dawned on me that it may be fully automatic auto tune, but you still have to rotate the band switch to the right band. So I forgot. I went ahead and moved the band switch, and I was able to let the thing automatically tune up. So that's what happens with this new technology. You get kind of, you forget. And it's not laziness, you just forget. So anyway, I had to share that with you because it had me puzzled there for a while. So over to you, Mike. W6MVM in the group. Great group. WA6JKN.
WA6JKN, W6MVM. Year 20 over here. Really, really nice signal. Really great signal on the SY. And changing frequencies here is only about a 20 knob operation between the receiver, the transmitter, the 30L1, and the antenna tuner. So, we added a few more knobs with the antenna tuner. 3 knobs there. Anyway, it's a big operation to change frequencies. Don't mind it. If we change a little bit, it's not much. If we go from band to band, it's about a 20 knob operation. Anyway, I do have the main rig I've had at Soulsville. It's got an AT auto. I have a step IR, big IR there, which I set the frequency that I've preset for it, and don't really need an antenna tuner all that much on that rig. And it's we use an ALS 1300 and a KWM 380 there most of the time, and also a Flex 6300. Which is a great CW rig, and we also have a ICOM 7800 over there. We do have a 75A4 KWS1 when it's running. I had to change the fan out of the KWS1, haven't quite got it back together. Hoping to get it together. Actually hoping to move it here and put it on these big wires in the sky here. This antenna is orders of magnitude better than my big IR step IR. Anyway, that's what we're looking to do, move over here. Anyway, good to hear everybody tonight. And I had something else. I operate CW a lot. The Flex is a great CW rig. The S3 line is a great CW rig as well, as is the 75A4 KWS1. Not quite break-in, but you flip the knob. Anyway, I've enjoyed running CW on all of those rigs, and I don't use a keyer, I use a bug, and I got right here, I got a Blue Racer, I've got all set up, and mostly I use a standard deluxe. I have the swing arms on them so I can change the speed pretty rapidly, and do love CW, so I hope to see people on that on it, and I try to I don't run the S1 too much on CW, occasionally, but not often. The S3 line I really love on CW. It's a great CW rig. So I'm going to pass it on to Net Control, and I'm going to say 73. I'm going to pull out of here. Anyway, KB6OQJ, W6MDF.
Okay, Mike, sorry you're leaving, but this is the last round. Your signal came up probably from S9 plus 10, both you guys, so band says we can improve it. For 7 years, Kevin, I stopped going to EMI, and not because of AM, because you're right, it's a lot of all kinds of groups up there, but my granddaughter was in college, and just happened to be in, 2 or 3, different sports, and one of them was springtime sports. I think it was track, and so I pretty much took up the weekends for a few years, and then, I don't know, it just got out of the habit, I guess. And like I said, right now, just kind of dealing with some somewhat minor health issues and just don't really have the energy, but it sounds like it would be fun. Sorry, I'm going to miss it. Now, good story on the amplifier. It seems like, you get out of the habit of doing all the mechanical work, and you forget you have to do some. At least you get any smoke, so that's good. Let's see. And the one advantage, as you mentioned, too, of these, we have a short net group tonight, but you do get to have a little bit longer QSOs, which is kind of nice. We don't have to rush it. Okay, is there anybody else waiting to check into the Friday Night College? Please come now. No, it's going to be a short group night. Chuck, that's 6 a.m. Then turn over to Dave, WJ6W. Dave, turn over to Ken. Whiskey 1, November Golf. Ken, turn it back to me. So, take it away, Chuck.
All right, thanks very much, November 6 Alpha Fox. So I was scrambling around the shack here, taking a couple of notes. I have a 1942 Lightning Vibraflex bug and a 47 Champion Vibraflex, but let's see. For the most part, though, I usually use a iambic keyer and a dual paddle keyer, dual paddle, and the one I use when I'm portable, say when we're RVing over by Monterey Bay, is the Kent. I really like the feel of that, nice and heavy bass. And here on the desktop here is a Vibraflex dual paddle paddle. So that uses either an external electronic keyer for example, my Viking Ranger, or HT37, or this Atlas 210X, or if I turn on my Elecraft K3, I'll just use that Vibraflex paddle with the internal keyer. And so that's the story on that. I was definitely 90% plus CW operator for quite a few years. I first licensed in '71 as WN6 Great Golden Field, WN6 GGF, and but I gave that call up when I got my 20 word per minute extra around 94, 95. Snagged the N6AF call. But my earlier years, novice and advanced class, a lot of it was homebrew QRP CW transmitters, and one transceiver. I didn't design it, but I built it from scratch based on plans in QST magazine. That was called the Mountaineer by W7ZOI Wes Hayward. It produced lots of very good, simple solid-state design. So partly as a matter of economy and as a matter of interest, I built quite a few of my own homebrew transmitters. So fast forward a little bit to Cal Poly. My senior project was my own design single sideband transmitter using the Crystal method and MC1496 balanced mixers for the balanced modulator and subsequent mixer. And still pretty poor, I borrowed a sideband filter from a Heathkit SB303 receiver and used that as a crystal filter in that senior project. And when I was done, I promptly gave my friend back his sideband filter for his receiver. So anyway, one learns a lot when one has to build his own equipment, and you make do with what you can, and you end up squeezing every dB out of a piece of wire or a couple of transistors, whatever it takes to get the job done. I think I learn more when I'm limited in my resources, and I certainly learn more with the boat anchors when I'm fixing them when they're broken. It's easy to turn a radio on and figure out how to tune it up, but to go in there and troubleshoot a PTO or a bad, troubleshoot it down to finding a bad trimmer cap inside of an IF can or something, that takes a little more involvement, and you're forced to hike through the chaos of the streets of the schematic to arrive at the problem area and fix it. So I learn a lot when things require investigation. I think that's true about a lot of things in life. All right, so I pass to WJ6W, Dave, in 6AF. Good net.
Hi, in 6AF. Stand by. And 6AF, WJ6W. Yeah, I did have my linear engaged there. Okay, yeah, you sure do learn a lot building stuff yourself. I haven't done that much in the RF realm, but I've done a lot of control stuff around the shack here, and I've certainly learned a lot that way. And let's see, your Atlas 210X. Yeah, that's a really cute radio. Years ago, there was one at a swap meet I wanted to buy and I didn't, and every time you're on with that, I kick myself. It had the console, the desktop console with it, had a speaker and so on. And I don't remember what it cost. It wasn't that much, but just a little more than I wanted to spend at the time. But it's a neat little radio. So I'm glad to hear one on the air there. Let's see. And Kevin, thanks for the information on the Wi-Fi power switch to restore any problems that may pop up. I don't really have a strong desire to remote it outside of the house, but if I do, we'll have to do something like that. So good information there. I just plan to use it to sit in the living room and listen to the radio, or maybe even get on the radio occasionally with the thing. But and part of it was just to have some fun. What a nice program that is too. I'm sure it's the same one you have there, Kevin. So let's see. That's about all I have for tonight. We'll say 73 and listen out on this one. So let me send it over to Ken. KW1NG, WJ6W.
Very good. Thank you. WJ6W, KW1NG, Alpine. I don't have much to add. I did have a couple questions, though, for the group. Anybody know of somebody that's selling or could sell a CW filter for the 75S3 B or C? I think it's a part number 526-9494. I talked to W7IK here in Oregon, and he said they're scarce as hen's teeth. So I just thought I'd ask, look for one so I can do a little bit better on CW on the S-Line. So looking for that. And the second question is, what's the name of the remote program that you're using for the IC7610? That's my main rig, and I would like to remote it. So I'm kind of interested in hearing about that. So that's about all I've got tonight, and I thank everybody for answers if they've got any. So good evening to all. 73 KW1NG.
Okay, Ken, anybody got an answer for Ken?
Well, I'll try. It's called SDR-control. If you look it up in the iPhone or the Apple App Store, SDR control. And I don't have it connected right now. Let me see. The author is listed here somewhere, I know. Just a moment. Probably Kevin knows the name of this. Let's see. The developer is Marcus, D-L-H-M-R-E, Marcus Rothkoch or something like that. But it's in the Apple App Store for SDR control for ICOM radios. I think you'd find it there. Go ahead.
Very good. Thank you. I will look it up. Thanks a lot. KW1NG.
Hey, Dave, I've got an Atlas 210X. It needs a little bit of work. It receives okay, but some problems on transmit, if I remember correctly, low power. You can have it for the cost of shipping if you're interested, over.
Yeah, is it just the radio, or is it the whole console, too?
It's the console.
Oh, interesting. Well, I might. Are you good on QRZ?
Yeah, just go ahead. The email's good there. So, you guys think about it, and I'll check it out. I haven't looked at it in a while, but it is console. So, think about it. I'm getting down to the point where, I'm getting older, getting a little slower, and some of these projects I'm never going to get to, so it's time to clear the space and concentrate on a few rigs that I'm going to use more often.
Yeah, well, I really don't want to get any more rigs either. But like I said, that one always attracted me, so who knows? I'll think about it. Thanks a lot, Wayne.
Sure thing, Dave. Yeah, just email me if either way, just so I know. We're talking about new technology, and it's really a shame the nature of hams is slowly changing because you did learn a lot when you either had to build or fix them yourself. But as people say, now they're just toaster operators. If it doesn't work, you send it to the factory. And you don't really understand what tuning is and all that. It's really a shame. I mean, it's a natural progression up there. But there's a lot lost, there's probably going to be a few hams who want to keep the old technology going, but it's diminishing. And we're talking about mistakes. You learn a lot more. I've always found you learn a lot more from the errors than you do when you do so well. And I was a systems programmer, real-time systems programmer for many years. And I was always glad. I mean, I wouldn't do it on purpose, but I always like to have really nasty little bugs in the code because that, if it looked like it worked the first time, it did. You didn't see the error. But if you have a real nasty, hard to find bug, and you go through everything, you find tooth foam, and you find a lot of errors that didn't show up. Anyhow, is there anybody else want to pick the Friday Night Concept? Please come down.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to comment. The test equipment has gotten so much better. The Nano VNA, you can align a whole Collins rig with that in no time flat. It is really, really good. And they're $50 or $100 for the big screen ones. Things are better, not worse. And I also want to say there's plenty of CW filters around. If you get on the Collins reflector, somebody will have one for you. And I got right when the guy who sold so many filters closed down, I got two for my 75S3, a 500 and 200. Anyway, W6MBM. Okay, Mike, well, I will say you're correct about that. The test equipment has gotten better and cheaper. But, the understanding of amateur radio and technology is, people are losing that. But, yep, the test equipment, I agree. So, is there anybody else want to check into the Friday Night Concept? Please come down. I hear something there. I think that's QRM. Anybody copy? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's QRM. Okay, guys, we're going to go QRC here, close the net. That was a fun net. It was a small group, but we just get to chat a little bit more. Everybody have a good weekend, and we'll see you all next week. And whoever's going up to AMI Barbecue, say hi to everybody for me. And have a good time. So, tell me, everybody, keep it yourself.